With so many students still learning remotely, parents are left wondering when and how their kids can safely return to the classroom. And the question, full-time, when's that going to happen?
Full-time, exactly. Earlier this month, the CDC released long-awaited guidelines for school reopenings, including classifying schools into color-coded zones based on levels of community transmission. For her take, let's bring in Randi Weingarten, president of the American Federation of Teachers. Randi, nice to have you back here on the program. And I'll start with the million-dollar question. And certainly in light of these CDC guidelines, everyone is asking, when and how are we getting our students, our children, back into those classrooms full-time?
So full-time is going to depend upon what's going on with physical distancing and what's going on with the variants. What I can tell you is that at this moment, 18 of the 20 biggest school systems are now open for in-person learning for the parents who want to send their kids for in-person. What they've done is they've done the layered mitigation strategies that CDC has now announced, had testing so that, like with the NFL, we can really manage and see what's unseen. That's how New York City is really opening, and opening far more robustly than it did in September and October. And then also, as an added layer of protection, we've been trying to get teachers and other school employees the vaccine as quickly as possible. And so those are really the three health strategies: the layered mitigation, physical distancing, mask, ventilation, cleaning, the testing, and the vaccines. Let me just say one more thing, which is that 79% of my members know that this is not a viable substitute for in school. And so even though essentially all the risk is on the educators, they want to be in school and believe that if we have this mitigation and testing and vaccines as additional protection, 85% of my members have said they will be comfortable in school. And I'm really proud of them for saying that, for doing that, and for understanding how important it is for our kids to have in-school learning.
And Randi, it sounds like you are laying out a multi-layered strategy there, and so much of the vaccine is being talked about. But do I have right? And so many of your members are telling you there are other mitigation factors that are just as, or maybe even more important. The vaccine, would you say, is just an added level of protection and not necessarily necessary for the teachers in order to go back into the schools?
Look, I am, and I tease about this all the time, I'm a social studies teacher and a lawyer. I don't even play a scientist on TV. I have to get my understanding of the science from the scientists. What the vaccines do is, we don't know yet if the vaccines stop transmission. What we know about the vaccines is that they stop you from getting really ill. So that's why it's an added layer of protection, and why essential workers who are in these risk positions have been put high up on the priority list, so that if, God forbid, they get ill, that they're not going to get very sick.
Well, we know as we are talking to you here and our show is airing, there are going to be some more kids at home maybe watching this show than they normally would be in normal times. And I have to ask a summer school question. So all the kids are probably sitting up right now as I ask this question. But in your opinion, is summer school certainly something that is needed at this point to maybe do a little catch up?
Yes. Why not make it really focused on enrichment and joy, so that kids can get their mojo back and their resilience back and build relationships? One of the things that is that's been hardest about this virus is the social isolation. And so we need to create community again, and joy and resilience. And I believe that's the entry point to academic recovery.
I think that's very well said. I know my kids are so wanting to get back into the classroom for all of those reasons. American Federation of Teachers President Randi Weingarten, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
I love how she put that. Kids need to get their mojo back.
They do, though. That's a really good way to put it.
It's been so
We're
off
seeing
for
it.
so
We're living
long.
it.
Yes, we absolutely are.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.